Guys, do not make this mistake in Raid Shadow Legends. What's up, everybody? I am Felris, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, and today I'm going to be telling you what I learned from pulling my shards on the extra legendary event that's currently going on for Sacred Shards. Now, what did I learn from this event? First of all, Sacred Shards are not common, right? They're not common at all. We get one monthly from our monthly quests. We can get them from Clan Boss, which we do daily now. So we have a chance at getting Sacreds from Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare Clan Bosses, right? We get them from Doom Tower, and those are our main source of Sacred Shards. Now, there is so much that goes on with these shards. So many different events, right? We have extra legendary events, we have progressive chance events, 10x summon boost events, 2x events, and then we've got the summon pools, and we do have a summon here, so we are going to go ahead and pull that at some point during this video. We've got guaranteed events. Like, which events are actually the best to pull on? First of all, I want you guys to know that if you are chasing a specific legendary, say, for example, like me, you're chasing Newt. You want your Newt, you need an enemy max HP champion that brings a triple hit like Newt does. Your odds of getting him from a Sacred Shard, not on a 2x event, so from one of these extra legendary events, or you're just summoning, is 0.5. You have a 0.5% chance at getting a legendary champion. At least that is according to the research that I have done. Real quick, click the link in the description to get a free Bambus as well as Ugo at level 15. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. This is where you'll find your free Bambus as well as Ugo at level 15. This gives you an insane start in Raid Shadow Legends, so click that link and let's crush this together. Now, that goes for any of these. So you have a 0.5% chance of getting Newt. You also have a 0.5% chance of getting Scartorsus. So every champion in the pool is the same percent chance to get. Now, if you're on a 2x, I believe you have a 1% chance of summoning a particular legendary champion. Needless to say, the odds are not great, and they keep going down every single month as they keep adding more and more legendary champions to the game. So that being said, I believe we are at the point in this game, right, where we've got something like 600 champions, more than 600 champions, really. We've got 300 in the Talarian League, 293. We've got a lot of champions in this game, right? And I think we're at the point where nobody should be summoning any shards except Primal Shards. Primal Shards, I think the best time to use them is on a 2x for mythical, but nobody should be summoning any shards unless you are using them to complete a fusion. Why is that? Well, because the chance of getting a legendary is so low, and so many of the legendaries are not actually going to help your account, that it is better to save and invest in a fusion than it is to just pop shards on, a random extra legendary event or 2x event or anything like that. Now, that being said, perfect example, yesterday we got no epics. We got no legendaries. Our shards were completely wasted, and it endangered us being able to do the fusion. So it is far better for me to just save my stuff and do a fusion than it is for me to just pull on these random events outside of a fusion. Now, that being said, not every fusion is great. We just had Lysanther Beastbane, and he's not bad. He's just a bit lackluster, I think, from what people were expecting. I did think he was pretty... He's not the best in the world by any means, right? Or anything like that. He's a Hydra damage dealer. He was a fusion. He's free, He ignores life barrier and ally protection, which is pretty cool. And, not every fusion is great, but some of them are great. Like, for example, the one that people always go back to is Newt. Newt was a fusion, and Newt was fantastic, right? Let's think Armand's here. Armand's the Magnificent was a fusion, and he is fantastic as well. Arguably not super well designed, but fantastic. And then we've got Fabian, of course. He was a recent fusion. He's awesome. Mad Hatter was a recent fusion. He is awesome as well. Great addition to the Knights Revenant. So I think it is better to just save your shards for a fusion that you want, and then go for that fusion if you want a chance at getting like actually good champs. Like, this is assuming that you want a chance at getting a champ that's going to help your account. The best way to do that is to save your shards and go for fusions. If you don't care, or if you're just wanting to get lucky, then yeah, go for the 2x, go for the extra legendaries outside of a fusion, all that kind of stuff. But really, it's far better to just do the fusion if you want something specific. Now, that being said, there is another way to get the champions that you want, and these are the summon pools. So the summon pools have a select pool of legendary champions, and now they have a headline champion usually, as well as some epics, right? And if you want one of these specific champions, your chance is far better of buying some Prism Crystals and summoning those to get a specific champion than it is of just going on these extra legendary events or the 2x events or what have you. So that being said, let's go ahead, do the Prism Summon. Give me a Harima. Let's go. No, that is an epic. Kinagashi. No, that is Tomo. I'm not sure. Do I like Tomo? A3, Thick as Thieves. On a 4-turn cooldown, places a counterattack buff on a target ally for 2 turns. Places a counterattack buff for 3 turns instead if the ally is from the Shadowkin faction. Then fills the turn meters of all allies by 15% and places a 30% increased crit damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also places a 30% increased crit rate buff for 2 turns on allies from the Shadowkin faction. That is a weird skill. Could be good, but that's weird. Alright, then the Bamboozle. On a 3-turn cooldown, fully booked, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. That books to a 100% chance. Then the Stab and Grab. A1 attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of stealing 1 random buff from the target. And then her passive here, Brethren, increases and all heals and turn meter fill effects by 20% when used on allies from the Shadowkin faction. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will activate. Lots of like faction related stuff in Tomo's kit, right? I don't think she's terrible, but I don't think she's great as well. Could be used for faction wars, right? All right, so we did not get a legendary, right? Again, there is only a 6% chance at getting one of these legendaries, and there's never a boosted Prism Crystal event, right? However, it is still better, I think, to get Prism Crystals if you're a spender. If you're free to play, I think you just pull on 2x's at this point. I think you just pull on 2x's at this point in the game, or you save everything for a fusion, or both, because it is possible to do both. Now, that being said, what is my plan moving forward? Well, my plan moving forward is I'm not going to do anything. I don't think I'm going to pull outside of fusion, unless it's Primal Shards. So Primal Shards, I'm totally fine pulling outside of a fusion for 2x mythical. They can be used as currency for a fusion as well. Of course, I did get Calamitous outside of a 2x event, but I think really you want to save your primals for a 2x mythical event. But yeah, don't make the mistake I did. Don't make the mistake I did. So let me know if you guys learned anything from this video, if this video was helpful. I think a lot of people could really benefit from knowing when to use their shards and when not to use their shards and all the rest. Guys, let me know your shard pull strategies in the comments below. I have been Felra, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, and I will see you in another video.